you ain't going to make it. Like you guys don't have what it takes. That happens to be the worst thing for someone and the best thing for me that someone can say to me. Because as you mentioned, I'm stubborn. I wear that badge with honor. And what I mean by stubborn is perversely unyielding on the right things. And, when this happened, we went out and we built that division to 20 some employees, 10 million in revenue.
Hey guys, welcome to Keep On Pushing Stories. We tell you real life stories of inspiration, motivation, persistence, or as my guest today like to say, stubbornness. And I'm really excited to welcome Mikey Ciorrocco to the segment. Mike, welcome.
What's up, Devon? Good to see you, man. I'm so thankful to be here, brother. Appreciate you,
man. Yeah, man. Always good to see you, bro. Great. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Mr. Stubbornness. I want you to tell us about what it is that you do. How do you bring value? How do you serve others?
Yeah, so I'm into a lot of things. I have a lot of businesses, but at the end of the day, the problem I solve is when people get stuck in setbacks. And that is what I focus on amongst all of my businesses, whether it's coaching, speaking, authoring books, podcasting, or the mortgage business that I do. It's all about getting people to understand that setbacks are only fuel for themselves. And so, yeah, that's what I'm all about, man.
All right, cool. So as I just said, you do all these different businesses. So let's say as a author, speaker, coach, someone wanted to connect with you, how would they do that?
The best way is on Instagram at Mikey C-Roc with no K, C-R-O-C. I'm easy to find if you go on there and just shoot me a DM.
All right, cool. Mike is C-Roc. We know how to find you. What we really, really want to know though, Mike, is your keep on pushing story. We want to hear of a time when you had to overcome a significant challenge or you had to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You had to apply or use some of that rocket fuel that you like to talk about to go achieve something amazing. So yeah, please tell us your keep on pushing story.
Well, I'll tell you one that happened later on in my life. I developed a mortgage company, a group within a mortgage company from the ground up. My partner, Chris Short, and I were best friends growing up, went to college, all the way to college together. And the two of us decided to go into business together. And we ended up working for a guy that was his uncle-in-law. And, I'm a loyal person. I'm a company guy. I work hard. I'll try to work harder than I'm paid. I want to be the most valuable person. And I did that. And, when we built that to 20, 25 employees, we did everything the right way, by the book. But what I ended up doing wrong, and I take responsibility because this business ended up crumbling, was first of all, when we went on to that company, we went to that uncle-in-law and said, hey, we want to stop being just loan officers. We want to grow out and start a branch and start a division and grow a big company. And at first, the first result or the first response we got was, well, I don't really have any other option to say yes, because otherwise you're going to leave and do it somewhere else. So yeah, but you ain't going to make it. Like you guys don't have what it takes. That happens to be the worst thing for someone and the best thing for me that someone can say to me. Because as you mentioned, I'm stubborn. I wear that badge with honor. And what I mean by stubborn is perversely unyielding on the right things. And, when this happened, we went out and we built that division to 20 some employees, 10 million in revenue. And then what we did, we lost track of culture. We lost track of why it's important to focus on the culture of a company and really focus on building your people. We started just looking and chasing production despite someone's attitude or whether they were bought into a culture of a company. And eventually that owner started acting irrational and money went missing and didn't go where it was supposed to go to us. And we ended up losing close to $1 million. At that time, that's not too long ago. It was December of 2017. It's one of the darkest times of my life. I actually had felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. I lived and breathed what I did. And I felt like I had 22 employees and their families on my shoulders because I knew that we couldn't stay at this company after this happened. And we had to figure out a way to take our employees and move it to a new platform, and focus on culture going forward. But at that time, I just didn't know the answer of how to do it. I never did that before. And also I was under the impression that that person that did us wrong also said we were going to fail. And so I'm fighting with this in my head of like, what was going on? Like, you know, if I quit, he's going to win. But if I leave or if I stay, we can't stay because he's cheated us. And I can't justify that. So there was a night that I had just, the stress had gotten to me. The employees were hearing about what was going on before I even knew of some of the bad things that were happening, which is my fault. I should have been better at that. But there was a night where I just couldn't take it anymore. And I for the first time ever, I broke down in my kitchen, fell to my knees in front of my wife. And I said, I just can't do this anymore. I had lost 20 pounds in like 3 to 4 weeks, not intentionally, stressed out, understanding that could affect my health and of course my family. And I just said, that's it. I've had it. Like, this is enough's enough. I'm making a decision now that we are not operating this way anymore. I'm not operating out of fear. I'm not operating out of, you know, worrying about what people think. I'm doing what I know is right. I'm busting out of this cage that I'm in, and I'm going to make things happen. And the people that are going to come with me are going to come with me. And if the ones that don't, they can go somewhere else. That's okay. If I have to be by myself and all the 20 some employees leave, I'll do it. And I'll start from scratch and adding one person at a time and making it happen that way. And so that's what we did. We went to our employees and explained the situation to them, laid out the transparency, and explained to them going forward, we're going to go to another company, but culture is our number one priority. We're going to make sure that the company platform that we go to has a great culture, and we are going to establish core values, and we're going to honor and abide by those. And if those that don't buy in, we're not going to take it personally. You just cannot stay here. And every employee, when we laid it out that way, came along with us. And when that happened, that was a boost of confidence, of course. But it took us only 2 years to get back to the revenue, the 10 million in revenue that it took us before 6 years to get to. And so, you know, I knew I wasn't going to quit or give up, but I just didn't know how to do it because I'd never been in that situation before. But that tells you that when you're committed to something and you're perversely unyielding, persistent, stubborn, whatever you want to call it, that you can overcome the lack of knowledge of something.
Indeed. So is that the biggest lesson you've learned then, that you just through, you know, sheer doggedness, regardless of the lack of experience and knowledge, you can still compensates for the lack of knowledge and experience?
Action. Yeah. Action is what matters. Like, taking massive action overcomes a lot of other issues where you're deficient in. But I think I also understood that it is important not to chase production just because somebody can produce, but it's also to look at the individual and make sure that the type of person that you align with, and that they align with your grand plan or vision for your company and your life. And if they're not, it's okay to let them go. And, you know, I think that was it. And then of course the rocket fuel concept that I have, which is everything that goes against what you want in life is only there for fuel or training sessions for your future. And once I figured that out, Devin, everything else was history, man. I was off to the races.
Amazing, man. You know, persons over production, people over production, action over lack of knowledge and experience, man. And, you know, the negative influences, the negative experiences, you throw that in the pile, create fuel that will propel you. Powerful lessons, man, from even though it was from a challenging experience. Thank you so much, C-Roc, for spending time with us and sharing your Keep on Pushing story.
You're welcome, and thank you very much. It's my honor.
Thank you, my man. So guys, if you enjoyed this, if you found value in it, please leave a comment below, hit the subscription button and the notification bell, because you'll get a notification every time we post one of these amazing videos. And share it. Don't keep it. Don't forget to share it. By the way, visit my website, www.devonharris.com. And if you sign up for the newsletter, guess what? You'll get this in your inbox every single time we have one. So until we connect next time, you know the deal. Keep on pushing.